All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Shampoo Lounge. I'm your host, Rich Southwest, and the project we are about to listen to today is Unimoon. To give you background on us here at the Shampoo Lounge, we are a group of investors that are constantly looking for not only exciting but safe projects to invest in, not only for ourselves but for the community of people to follow us. We're going to make sure that the project is as safe as possible. So pretty much after you present your project, we'll ask questions. And based off how you answer those questions, the community can decide on whether they want to invest in your project or not. To everybody listening in, I'm going to post the links relevant to this project. Can somebody mute up, please? It's echoing. I'm going to post the links relevant to this project in a second and do your own research. And everybody just make sure, please, that you listen carefully to how people respond. The space has been crazy lately. Not going to speak on any personal experiences, but yeah, guys, we just need to make sure that we're safe and protected. So do your own research. Make sure you ask questions when it's time. Without any further ado, Dale, Unimoon, you have the floor. Take it away.
Thank you. I'm trying to broadcast my video. It doesn't look like it's actually jumping in here.
I seen it going up, and then you stopped it. Yeah, it's going up now.
Do you guys see me?
I see Carl.
Damn. It looks like.
Want to leave and come back.
Yeah. Give me a second, because I was trying to record it internally. Sometimes it bugs out. The brand new MacBook Pro too. All right, let me just reset. Let me just reset.
Never buy the first version of Apple.
Yeah, we can see Carl.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Nice
Maybe
clear, man. We can see Carl.
Give me 2 seconds. More like 1 minute. I'll be right back.
All right. Sorry for the delay. Everybody having technical issues. We'll be back shortly with the AMA. We are recording. Carl, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. How are you doing?
I'm always good, even when I'm not, my man.
It's a good way to live life.
Yes, sir. Would you like to kind of explain your role in the project until we wait for Dale to get back?
Sure. So yeah, and Dale will be right along, right? So Dale is a founder. He started this thing earlier in the year. It had this kind of grand vision to kind of re-rack social media for kind of the Web3 era, right? My role, I got brought in after Dale and I met up, talking about kind of different Web3 kind of utility technologies, things that would help. He wanted to build an ecosystem and a platform. There's a lot of things that go into that. There's a lot of infrastructure. There's everything from different kind of relational data stores, NoSQL data stores, especially when you're talking about, and that's kind of like the legacy Web 2 world. In Web 3, it's a little different, right? You have decentralized storage architectures, you have decentralized application stacks, like Stacks, for example, and things like that. And so we while he was doing a lot of research and due diligence, trying to educate himself on the different technologies in Web 3, aside from blockchain, right? Because there's a lot of stuff out there that you need to make apps work, right? That have really, blockchain is not a central theme to them, right? It adds a little bit of kind of innovation, but the reality is people that are actual builders that want to build scalable technology, especially in the Web3 world when it comes to blockchain, you don't go all in on blockchain, right? It's absolutely the incorrect architectural approach, right? And so, we kind of met up in communities trying to, as he was doing due diligence around some of this technology, and we just kind of, struck up a discourse, and I understand what his vision is, and it kind of just went from there, kind of mid-year in this year.
Okay, thank you for that. I thought Dale would have been back by the time we were done, but I guess not. But yeah, definitely appreciate that explanation, man. And nice to meet you as well.
Yeah, you too, man.
Where are you calling? Like, what part of the world you in?
I'm in the U.S.
Oh, okay. Everybody that just came in or listening or wondering what's going on, we are in the middle of the AMA, but we're just waiting on Dale, one of the co-founders. He was having technical issues with his camera. We're waiting on him to join back. I think he just joined now. We'll see if his camera's working now.
And to be clear, Dale is the founder. This is definitely his vision, 100%.
Man, okay. All right.
I'm just trying to keep him. I occasionally try to keep him like, this, on the road. So
hey, what's up, guys? All right, there we are.
Go, my man. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, happy to be here. So where did we leave off?
You never started.
Okay. All right, my man. Yeah, thank you guys for having us. I am Dale, the creator and founder of Unimoon. So Unimoon is the first layer 1 blockchain built to decentralize social media. So from the way that we storage media, data, content, to the way that the validators are going to be set up on the network, this would be really focused on creating a truly decentralized ecosystem. What we are building right now is currently Unimoon, which is our social media application. And the idea behind this is to develop a consumer user application that is familiar for everybody that uses social media. We know that social media is one of the most used applications on the internet. Everybody that I know of is on Instagram and now TikTok and Facebook. And it's because it's a way to engage with people and connect with people. We are very social. We are humans. We crave attention and interaction and being social. And so having a social media platform has been an incredible way to connect with one another. But because the current platforms are from a centralized entity, the way that the value is distributed on these platforms is not fair. The people that put content on these networks, the users of these networks, they're the ones that place the real value, but the people that take the greatest amount of value from the actual network itself is the centralized entities and the owners of this network, which would be Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. They gain a lot of revenue specifically from advertising because there's a lot of targeted information and data that people put on willingly with free content. So people put on free content and Facebook takes your content and then they charge you for your content. We are basically creating a new platform which is built specifically to decentralize this entire process. So that means that people that put up the content, they own the content. That means that they will be the ones that benefit from putting on the content. So the way that we really focus on creating a self-sovereign network, so people will be able to have the direct effects of putting on their own content and having access to this data. Similarly, when advertisers, as we grow the platform and the ecosystem is functioning and we have people that are coming on and putting up great content, advertisers will want to have access to this data. Similarly to the way people want access to Facebook's data, they advertise on Facebook. But Facebook, in order to advertise on Facebook, you pay with a credit card or a debit card, you pay with fiat currency. With our platform, you would be paying with Unimoon. So there's an infinite amount of utility, including governance, that we would implement into the ecosystem of Unimoon. Unimoon is a layer 1 blockchain. Unimoon is the end user consumer application, which is built specifically and designed specifically for social media on the blockchain. And Unimoon would be an application built and powered by the Unimoon layer 1 blockchain. Both of these are currently already under development. I know you guys are probably thinking, wow, layer 1, like why not use Ethereum? Why not use BSC? Why not use Solana? Well, we are actually forking Solana. Solana is, from what Carl and I have studied, to be the most performant and most scalable blockchain currently available. They have a proof of history consensus algorithm, which focuses on clocks before consensus. So that way validator nodes on the network are able to validate transactions with a synchronized clock system on the network. So we're essentially forking Solana, and we wanted to have this ability because we have a greater ability to control the test environments when we're implementing all these new functions integrated with our smart contracts, which is designed specifically for what we call the social activity coefficient. The social activity coefficient is the value that would accrue and places a specific value on a user's content and media or video that they put onto the network, and the value that the network has been able to identify based on the media that they put onto the network. So for example, like you upload a video, and then based on the video's engagement, the likes, the comments, the shares, across the engagement velocity over how many rewatches, what the average percentage of watch this video has received, would accrue a certain social activity coefficient. And that social activity coefficient will then place a value for each unique user, and it would measure across the entire users of the network. And then it would basically calculate the amount of rewards that you would be owed, and it would distribute within a 24-hour epoch cycle. So that's really what the social activity coefficient is designed for. And there's going to be a lot of testing that we need to do. Our MVP is about 3 to 4 months away. And this is specifically for Unimoon, which is the social media application, and for Unimoon, which is our layer 1 blockchain. So we're incredibly excited to already be under development for this. And I mean, philosophically, this is a way to potentially redefine money, exchanges of value, a better way to put the amount of human energy that a person puts into a social network. Because conversely, on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, there was really no way to measure this. People put really great content, and Facebook uses this content. But now we have a way that we can leverage technology, leverage the blockchain, and really flip the switch in terms of giving the ability and rewarding the creativity of the users of a network. Because what we've seen up until now and what we've witnessed is that these social media networks basically treat users like a product item that's on a shelf. But we're people, we're humans, and we take time and energy to put up content. And that content is what's put value and attracts new users onto the network. And so now we have a way to leverage the blockchain and crypto and design a new use case, what I call decentralized media. So DeMe, what we've seen up until very recently, the phenomenal use cases of decentralized finance. It's obviously very applicable to all the crypto users, but not very applicable to the general population because people don't really understand crypto that well. And that's another great aspect of what we're trying to do with decentralized media. It's just easier for people to understand. We get aunties and uncles from all around the world to just be able to pick up a very familiar user application like Unimoon, which would be very similar user experience to like TikTok and Instagram. And they upload a video, they upload a picture, they get likes and comments, and they would be able to earn our native coin Unimoon. And so that's generally speaking in a brief overview on what Unimoon is, what Unimoon is doing, where we are, the vision.
All right, thank you for that. Did you want to go over tokenomics for us?
Yeah, sure. So in terms of, if you want to look at the actual breakdown, you can see our light paper. I shared that with one of the gentlemen on the AMAs. But in terms of like the actual buy percentages, sell percentages, like once we launch on PancakeSwap, we're going to have a 13% buy tax. This breaks down 3% for a marketing wallet, 3% for a development wallet, 3% for liquidity pool, 3% for redistribution to all holders, and 1% auto burn, which is going to continually be decreasing the supply. And then the sell percentages would just be double, except the auto burns would stay at 1%. So instead of 3%, everything would be 6%. The marketing wallet, development wallet, redistributions, and then the auto swap liquidity pool.
Okay, and then are there any team tokens, and how many people are on the team getting paid? Like, yeah, how do you guys pay yourselves?
Yeah, so as of right now, there's 10%, 10% that is allocated for the team, and as of right now, there's four people on the team, but this is going to be used for potential like further advisors that we could bring on. Like ideally, it would be amazing to get somebody from like Facebook or like an ex-executive from like Facebook or like TikTok, something like this. But these team tokens are currently burned, so they won't be used or sold until after we migrate to our layer 1 blockchain. So we'll pre-mine these tokens, and then they would be available at Genesis from our layer 1 blockchain.
All right. And is there any restrictions on sales? And is there going to be a max wallet amount that you can hold?
As of right now, we have at deployment, there is no restriction, but the max wallet I think would be fair to have it around 3 trillion, 3 trillion for max per wallet. Same thing for max selling. I think it would be 3 trillion.
What is that equal to? Like, is that like 1%?
You guys can do the figures on that, but roughly 1 BNB on private sale 2 would be equivalent to 95 billion Unimoon. So that would be about 30 times. So about 30 BNB.
How many coins was it per BNB on the first private sale?
5 BNBs was the max amount that you could purchase. And then 1 BNB was equal to 100 billion Unimoon.
Okay, so 10%. Okay. And then how much are you going to offer on the pre-sale? And then what is it going to be on launch?
So on the private sale, again, the next private sale that we have tomorrow, that's going to be 1 BNB.
No, not the private sale, the pre-sale. Yeah,
so the pink sale. Yeah.
After that too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so we have the private sale coming up tomorrow. After this, we'll have a pink sale public pre-sale, which will be at November 8th. This is going to be 90 billion for 1 Unimoon. Or sorry, 1 BNB will equal 90 billion Unimoon. And then
so this private sale 2 and the pre-sale are essentially the same amounts, right?
No. 95 billion for private sale 2 and then 90 billion for public pre-sale. So it's about 5%.
And then it's all right, public pre-sale. Okay, I got you. All right. Yeah, I got it.
And
Did
then
anybody else have any questions right now at the moment?
Yeah, and then
or if you want to still explain that, go ahead.
So yeah, private sale 2, 95 billion, pink sale, public pre-sale, 90 billion, and then pancake swap launch, also 90 billion. However, at this point, we would be initiating the taxes of 13%. So 1 BNB could roughly be expected to receive around 78 billion Unimoon.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that breakdown.
Yeah.
All right. Did anybody else have questions for Unimoon at the moment?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I have a question. The Unimoon is all about the content creators earning for their content, right? So how are we going to safeguard the intellectual property rights? For example, someone uploads their video. I could just download it and upload it and earn off of that content. So how are we going to address that issue?
Yeah, so there's actually it's called out in the roadmap, but there are NFT mechanics that we'll employ as part of the L1. So it may or may not be for MVP. We're waiting to see on that, but we're hoping to get it in for MVP from a timing standpoint, right? So that would be Q1 of next year. But the idea is you would have the same type of content provenance to be able to demonstrate ownership that NFTs currently have on other L1s.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah.
Your project, first of all, I like it. It's super ambitious. How do you intend to compete with the major ones that are already available? And what kind of marketing are you going to do to transition people over to your platform?
Yeah, great question. I think first of all, it's obviously even raising, let's say like 10,000 BNB would be difficult to go head to head with Facebook and TikTok. They have spent millions and millions of dollars perfecting their platform. We combined would be raising 3,400, and 2,400 of that latter half of the pink sale allocation, 70% of that would go to the liquidity pool. So we would have roughly 1,500 for development, right? But that's a great question. How do we plan to compete with like Facebook and TikTok, these mega giants? Well, our focus right now is developing an extremely beautiful application in design, but also focusing on the actual functionality of the smart contracts, being able to leverage the technology that allows users to earn cryptocurrency. So it's really about understanding what the power of decentralized social media would mean. Privacy of your content, ownership of your content, control of your data. I think that people, like for most people, I think this is important. But yes, people also just want to have the platform that has the most amount of people. So our focus right now is to be able to deliver the most insane value that we can build for MVP, which is specifically the calculations and the distribution of the actual social activity coefficient, which is the rewards that you would receive for the content that the value of the content that is placed that you upload within the network. That would be our first primary focus. And then if you look into the light paper, we have an actual allocation reserved for celebrities. And I think at this point, after we have our MVP, then it would just be a matter of bringing in a few of these social media mega celebrities. And I don't think it would be difficult to get them excited on something that's going to earn them further rewards. Even if they're rich already, I think a lot of the people that we would be targeting would be the ones that created a name for themselves via YouTube. And this is a very common discussion among all YouTubers, is the fact that they're not getting paid enough because they're the ones that are putting the value of the content. So this is not an old narrative for YouTubers to understand that there is this distribution of the value from the way that the revenue is generated for YouTube is disproportional to the amount of value that these people and content creators are actually putting on the network.
Yeah, and part of this too is to riff off some what Dale said is, we're going to implement different governance models, right? So if you go to a Facebook today or a TikTok or a Twitter, they've got business processes in place. There's advertising marketplaces and things like that. So while we'll have some of that, we're really going to, instrument a DAO, right? So this is really, the idea is to short circuit in many ways the typical kind of structures and the typical castles and walled gardens that are put in place by a lot of these social media companies, right? To be truly community led, it's not enough to be like an open source project, for example. There's many open source software projects out there that do very well, but they tend to be very niche, right? They have their community of users, etc. We're really going horizontal to be appealing to everyone, to be for mass consumption, the way a TikTok or a Facebook or an IG or is. And to do that, you really have to kind of blow up the traditional kind of feedback loop where you have, you know, employees, you have marketing teams, you have advertising teams in a company that, you know, you have all of this stuff going on, and we're trying to really give it back to the people through implementing a DAO that really kind of governs where some of this distribution goes over time. It governs certain, you know, once we kind of bootstrap and kind of like, you know, if you're familiar with kind of combustion engines, once you prime them, right, a lot of them you have to prime first, and then you get them started. Once we do that with the Unimoon project, then it's really for the community in many ways to contribute and kind of dictate the direction different things go.
Okay. Next question is, I've seen it happen in many projects when you have a whitelist, and you have another whitelist, and you have a pre-sale. A lot of the buy pressure gets diminished by the fact that there's, you know, all these different sales going on prior to launch. Yeah. How do you guys intend to increase volume and buy pressure during that time?
Yeah, we are working with currently a very professional marketing launch agency, and this is focused on pre-launches. So they've been doing an exceptional job. I think post-launch, this is something that I'm already working on. We are already in the process of building out our own content marketing plan. So we have a copywriter who is it's an agency that does specifically copywriting for scripts, sites, whatever you can think of, they do copywriting for, but they help basically make the copy very simple for anyone that doesn't have experience into crypto, easy to understand. So they are already working on a few scripts for us, and then we would be developing an actual, with a video production crew, we would develop this content, and we plan to put this on our YouTube and across all our social media channels. And I think for us, it's about really getting people to understand that there is a very clear vision. There is a very clear roadmap for us. We are actually developing products with a very specific use case. We're not just doing reflections, like our product is reflections, like paid in USDT. You know, we are actually developing a product that is going to raise the bar in the industry. Like, this is the whole point of what we're doing. It's really building a product where there's a need, because there is no truly decentralized social media network that people can utilize and own their content, have privacy of their data, control your media. There is no alternative right now. So this is the whole point. People have an opportunity to be able to use a network that is purely focused on bridging into the mainstream adoption with a frictionless experience that people don't even know that they're using the blockchain. And this is where the real value is, right? Where the real value is in the actual products that we're developing. And because we're already under that development, you know, this once we have MVP, I think that it would be a lot easier for people to see when there's a tangible product and people are able to download something and actually use it and see the rewards calculating within their hands, right? Because up until now, we don't have something like this. So how do we increase the buy pressure? Well, I think first of all, we are looking to communicate to people that we are creating a product with an insane amount of utility. We are pioneering an entire new industry. We are focusing on decentralizing media, DeMe, and these things don't exist yet. So it's really just a matter of time for people to put the 2 and 2 together, hopefully, that they can see where the real value is with a new utility and a new use case. And I think it's just a matter of time for people to really put that together and see that. We're going to continue to be as transparent as possible by having a lot of great content. Like I said, we've hired a production team that can help us record, edit, motion graphics to create very visually appealing, high quality content that we can share on our social media channels. And then we would also be really focused on developing the most beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, and highly functional products with Unimoon and our layer 1 blockchain. And also we'll be hiring a marketing agency post-launch that specializes in advertisement. So once we have all this really great content that is viewable on our YouTube channel, on our social media channels, on our TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, the advertising would be compounded then. So yeah, we're just going to keep making really great content, focus on the development of the products, and then advertise.
Oh, perfect. Did anybody else have any questions for Unimoon? Jared, did you still have questions?
No, I just thought that was a good response. I mean, the next question, you're launching on the Solana network, or?
No, so we are tokenizing on the Binance Smart Chain. Binance Smart Chain has an incredible community, one of the lowest fees in terms of with all the great utilities of like Pancake Swap and all these different exchanges. So we're just tokenizing on the Binance Smart Chain, but what we will do in 3 to 4 months is migrate to our own layer 1 blockchain. We are currently developing our own layer 1 blockchain, which is a fork of Solana.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
So how much do you intend to raise for this, and how much do you project a total new platform and a new network is going to cost you?
Yeah, we're raising 3,400 BNB. 70% of 2,400 BNB would be allocated to the liquidity pool on Pancake Swap. I mean, TikTok and Facebook have spent millions and millions of dollars on their application. So we
hundreds
are focused.
Millions.
Yeah, hundreds of millions.
It's an uphill battle.
Yeah, but we are focusing on the MVP, and we're layering in cryptocurrency. And in order to get to MVP, we've been able to map this out, and we're already under development. So with the amount that we're able to raise currently, we are confident that we can develop an incredible MVP. We already have the first set of the wireframes with a really beautiful redesign for Unimoon. And we're very, very confident that we can have something that's going to stand out. And I think a lot of that is going to be the fact that we're developing something that doesn't exist, and we're actually creating a new use case that people can get excited about. Like, people can actually use cryptocurrency. They won't even know it. And it's just going to be a lot easier to use because of the barrier of technology just won't be there. This is the reason why we're focusing on social media. Everybody that I know, I mean, 4.4 billion users based on statista.com is using social media. That's more people in social media than bank accounts in the entire world. So we have the possibility of penetrating into mainstream adoption. Like, that's an incredible task to do, and obviously very exciting. So it's not going to be easy. It's obviously not going to be easy, but we just take it one step at a time. We bite off as much as we can chew. And the first step right now is raising 3,400 BNB and developing the most insane, valuable MVP that we can. And we've already isolated the determinant factors that this would include.
Yeah. And the interesting, just to add real quick, right? We have gone back and forth on what components are kind of critical for this, right? So based on, kind of, we call it boiling the ocean, wanting to do everything at once, right? We don't want to do that, right? So getting the L1 out there, based on Solana as a priority, getting the mobile app as a priority. You can go to the website and look at the roadmap. There's NFT marketplaces, et cetera, that will come, in short order, if not at MVP, very shortly thereafter. And the reason that we don't need, tens of billions of dollars like the Facebooks and the TikToks of the world is that we've already seen what doesn't work for them. So we'll make some new mistakes, but we're not going to make their mistakes, right? And we're really trusting the people that they want provenance. They want more control over their creations and their energy and their attention. And that's really what a lot of this project is going to suss out is, you know, if we provide a comparable platform that has a better experience than a Facebook or a TikTok and allows the user to remain in tighter control of their activity, their data, their identity, and really create that positive feedback loop. You know, it's going to be exciting to see people, you know, prefer that experience over kind of this black hole of where all your data goes to kind of die, where other people are able to monetize it and basically turn you into a zombie that's just plugged into their matrix. So we're really trying to free people from that in many ways.
That's okay. That's fair. That brings me to my next question. Monetization of the platform. I'm assuming you guys are going to get ad revenue. Is the primary, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what percentage of that goes back to content holders?
Yeah, so we're planning for the way that this would be determined would be the operational expenses. There isn't anyone that's actually going to take profit. Like, for example, anyone from the team, like myself, is not taking any of that profit of the advertising revenue. It would literally go to the social activity coefficient value that you receive. There's a set reward value that goes into the creator of that content. So there's set amount of rewards that are directly given to the content creator that's putting that value on the network. Now, the advertising revenue.
Brave browser? Did you guys get that idea from Brave browser?
What do you mean?
The auto contribution to content creators, or no?
No, I mean, not in particular. I just thought that this would be a fair way to incentivize people to continue putting more creative, valuable content, but directly giving people an opportunity to have a direct incentive to put good value and good content on the network. But going back to the main question, the advertising revenue that's going to be generated by the network would actually be shared by the holders of the network. So, like, let's just say there's $1 million in advertising revenue. We'll just say like 70% of this will go to the holders of the network. 30% would go to the reserves of the actual network, so of Unimoon, and that 30% would be operational expenses. It would pay and subsidize the transactional costs because we want people to have free transactions. We want people to be able to mint NFTs without having to pay anything, be able to transfer tokens to each other for nothing, be able to confirm and claim your tokens that you are rewarded from the network for nothing. We don't want to have 1 billion people in the network, and then you have to pay astronomical gas fees like you see on Ethereum. This is the complete antithesis of what we're trying to do. We want this to be decentralized and accessible and usable, and it should be a free-feeling social media platform. But the advertising that's going to be generated, it's going to go back to the holders of the network and then operational expenses. The content creators are going to receive the most amount of value from the social activity coefficient, that value that accrues for the amount of like your points that you're receiving, essentially based on the value of that media or video that you're putting onto the network, and then the way that the people engage with this content, and if they like it and comment on it and rewatch it and they share it with 20 people, then your social activity coefficient as the account original account holder of that video would then receive this social activity coefficient value, which rewards would be distributed to your social media profile wallet.
Okay. Now, regarding your Binance contract, okay, is that a fork, or are you guys developing a brand new contract?
You mean our smart contract?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a new code that we with a developer that just has the functionalities that we're looking to have with different buy sells, with marketing wallet, development wallet, the auto burns, having the functionalities for the auto swap liquidity, redistributions, having a cooldown for having a cooldown period for, you know, like bots if they're coming in to like sell or buy, within like there's a certain cooldown period. So within 60 minutes, if we see some bot like activity, then there'll be an auto freeze for that specific account. So we just have particular functions that we are looking to that are specific to creating this ecosystem just in the interim until we actually migrate to our own layer 1 blockchain.
Okay. Is it so it's a brand new contract?
We hired a developer that has most likely used this contract for other projects as well, but it has very specific functionalities that we were looking to create and have the ability to change.
Okay. So how do you guys get paid? Do you guys have a dev wallet or?
I'm actually not. I'm not getting paid. Like I said, there's a 10% owner. There's a 10% team distribution from the actual tokens, but I burned those, and those aren't going to be pre-mined until Genesis layer 1. There is a development wallet, but that's used for actual development. There's a marketing wallet, and that's used for marketing. Like I said, there is a heavy amount of actual development that needs to take place, and to give ourselves the best chance at creating the most valuable actual products is to be able to make sure that we have as much funds as possible for that. So the development wallet is used for actual development.
Okay. And liquidity, I'm assuming you're locking?
Yeah, we're locking. So on Pink Sale, we have 2,400 is the hard cap, 1,200 is soft cap, and 70% of this allocation would be going to the liquidity pool on PancakeSwap. And this will be locked up for 4 months. This is a rough estimation as to when we could possibly start migrating to our own layer 1. But if it's not ready by then, for whatever reason, if the layer 1 wasn't ready and we weren't ready to migrate, then we would just simply increase the lock period for the liquidity pool.
Okay. And what's your total supply you're starting with?
2 quadrillion. We've burned 50% of that.
Oh, you will, or you already have?
We have, yeah, we've burned 50% of that. And
Okay.
the way that, like, if you look actually in the light paper, though, there's 20% was allocated to burns. But if you break it down, so like if you look at the light paper, there's 20% for burns, 8.45% for ecosystem, 8.45% for the foundation, 11.7% for marketing, 10% for development, 10% for team. Yeah, you'll have to look at all the specifics. There's like 30%, 25 to 30% for pre-sales.
Okay.
Basically, for the development, we're taking 2.5% out of the development, 2.5% of the marketing, and then we're vesting that in the Pink Sale. So after 45 days at launch, 10% of the first 5% allocation would be released. And then after 15 days, there'd be 15-day tranches that get released for the rest of that supply, which is, again, used specifically for marketing and for development. The team tokens, like I said, those are burned, and those aren't going to be accessible until we pre-mine those at Genesis on our layer 1 blockchain. So there won't be any team tokens. I'm working for free right now. But again, like, my vision and belief is in the fact that the real value comes from building the actual ecosystem. And I believe in this, and I'm happy to not take any tokens until that happens, right? So until we have the layer 1 blockchain created, and we have the tokens migrated from the Binance Smart Chain, and we have an incredibly valuable social media application that is effectively and functionally calculating the rewards and the values that people are putting onto the network, then yeah, until that happens, then you know, I'm making sure that that is my goal, that we get to that point. And that's where the real value of decentralizing media is going to be created. That's going to be where people are going to be able to use a social media application that is completely frictionless from using a block, like having that blockchain experience.
Okay. You mentioned you already burned 50% of the tokens. Are you live already?
Are we live?
Yeah, I thought you were doing white sales, or I'm sorry, two
Yeah.
private sales of pre-sale.
Yeah, we are. So, but we can still burn tokens. So like if you look at the current pink sale,
Why didn't you wait until after launch to burn to?
Because I just don't want people fudding, to be quite honest. That's why I did it up front, because like people come in and they FUD at the fact that there's like, oh, you guys are raising 3,400 BNB. Oh my God, you're taking 10 BNB for pre-sale. Oh my God. I just don't want to deal with FUD. Like I want to focus on developing. It's a lot of stress already to just develop and make sure that we hit milestones, and to make sure that I can hold myself accountable and the team accountable to reach the roadmap. It's a lot of work. I don't want to deal with other stress. It's, you know, yeah. So we just did it up front so people can see, like, transparently. That's why I'm telling you guys, like, very transparently, like, hey, this is the team tokens, but I'm burning this because I'm okay to not take anything right now because I believe in what I'm doing. And I've been working on this for up to like maybe 7 months now.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna let somebody else talk. I've been monopolizing again.
Yeah. All right.
We're actually at time. So does anybody have any last minute questions? Because we got to wrap it up, guys. We actually went past time, but that's definitely fine. It was a good project and well presented. Do we have any last minute questions?
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hi. We
Hi.
can hear you. Go ahead.
Can the viewers contribute to the content creators?
You mean do viewers receive rewards?
No. Viewers can give rewards to the content creators. Like if they like that.
Oh,
content.
yeah, like tipping, something like
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. So there's so like there's gonna be like social media wallets, right? Within the profile, you're gonna have a wallet, and so it'll be accessible to anybody. And this is gonna be like a really interesting function later on, because we'll have an NFT component that will be that essentially, like, you could create NFT crowd loans using Unimoon. So like maybe there's you know, like a writer that has a really interesting script, and then maybe he can pitch this onto his fans, onto his audience, and maybe it's like only 2,000 people, but he would be able to source like an NFT crowd loan that could potentially give him funds to create a short film, for example. So we would take it even one step further from just like tipping. We also will allow people to mint their own NFT directly from the social media profile.
Like you said, some algorithm will calculate that coefficient something. Is it going to? Yeah. Is it going to be controlled by you or something? It's fixed.
It's going to be programmatically designed by the smart contracts.
Okay, it's fixed.
You mean, is it fixed?
In the sense, like once it written, it will be the same, or there will be any alterations further?
The algorithm will be dynamic, right? So it'll take a lot of different various inputs, and it'll dynamically calculate the value based on different attributes and parameters, specifically related to the activity of the individual user accounts.
like people go crazy like when they use YouTube, they are saying that they are not getting paid fairly, like some of the content which is getting good which is good content, but they are getting low. How it's going to work? Somebody think like YouTube's algorithm is something crazy. Even though they put the good content, they don't get the rewards that they deserve. How it will be going to know to the person which is good, which content it is going to attract people?
I mean, very simply, if a lot of, I mean, it's going to be more complicated than this, but not terribly complicated. If a lot of people, if you make good content and a lot of people like it and they share it, right, and they comment
Okay.
and engage with it, right,
Okay.
then you'll, it's very transparent, very easy to track, you know, whether content's judged to be good or not.
Okay. For the viewers, it is free, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think one more thing I have to add is when there is a selling pressure, much like can you add something more taxes for that particular time of selling?
Yeah. Yeah, we could. Those the buy taxes, sell taxes, those are adjustable. So the buy taxes can be set, and then the sell taxes are just a multiplier. So it would just be like 1.5 times, 2 times, 2.5 times. You know, this is something that I'm happy to let the community decide.
Thank you.
No, thank you for your questions, man. Did anybody else have any last minute questions before we wrap it up? And great questions to everybody that asked them so far.
Hi, can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Cody.
I have an answer.
According to the pre-sale, also the private sale, I saw the mass contribution. I just I don't know. You already answered that question. I don't know. So how do you guys prevent dumping? Because mass allocation pre-sale would be like 10 BNB and the private sale to 8 BNB. So how are you gonna prevent dumping for the whole industry?
Yeah, I mean, again, we're focusing on we have a 25% sell tax. So hopefully this is discouraging enough. I'm happy to, just for the first initial maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, like I'm happy to revisit this figure and let the community decide like if this isn't enough to prevent as in terms of like an anti-dump measure. But there really is no way for us to stop anyone from selling if they so decide to.
Why do you guys didn't decide to make the mass allocation to be lower? So you guys will have more holders, also increase their reputation. Because even this 20%, if it's X2, the 20% is nothing. They can just sell right away.
Yeah, I mean, but even if like people bought one BNB, 100 people could still sell at 10%.
Yeah, I mean, when that's people per pack stick, right? When they see, oh, there's a big sale coming up, it's only 2x and already a big sale coming up, so they will be afraid to buy. No, it's just my concern. So you guys already have the solution, so that's good.
Yeah,
I got in private one, but yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, what I can say is this, like, we are going to be coming out with a lot more marketing. Like I said, I don't know if you heard earlier on, but we already have scripts that are being written. They're being done by an incredibly talented copywriting agency. They've been written about in Forbes magazine. They're from England. They're incredibly talented. We have a new website that's ready to be launched. It's a new redesign with reflecting our rebrand. And this is going to be ready, I think, by tomorrow. We took a little bit extra time with the mobile optimization, but I think everyone will be very pleased with it. We've taken a lot of time to put into this with very specific copywriting, but this same copywriting that they had done for our site, they will also be doing for the scripts that we're currently making right now. And these scripts would be essentially new content that we would be distributing on our social media channels, including YouTube, which really challenge the industry and hold the industry to a new standard. So again, we're trying to really redefine what use cases can be utilized in cryptocurrency, redefining and pioneering what decentralized media means, what it means to be a truly decentralized social media ecosystem, even the storage of the content to be decentralized, not on a central Amazon server, right? So all of that has been thought out with detail, because our focus is to have a truly decentralized ecosystem with a decentralized autonomous organization, which would be the way that the future ecosystem is governed, and the way that it's voted, and the way that people take part into that. So 10 BNB, it really doesn't seem like a whole lot. I think it just depends on your perspective. Our goal is really to get people to align with the vision, to read the light paper, to watch these AMAs, and to really understand that we're looking to revolutionize the social media landscape and to redefine cryptocurrency, to use it and to like really take it to the next level, because not everybody knows how to use crypto and blockchain, and they should, but they don't. Everybody knows how to use social media. And I mean, they like entertainment. People like aesthetics. They like to just scroll and tap, and well, that's what we're focusing on. We're looking to build it and build something that makes it so effortlessly easy to just scroll and tap and upload and like and comment and do these things. But now we're going to incorporate and sprinkle this little bit of Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, like blockchain type of lingo that actually has a real use with the back end of it. We're creating, like I said, our own layer 1 blockchain. We're forking Solana. So this is really why I'm doing all these AMAs, and I'm looking to find people that can align with the vision. That's why we have that light paper, so people can read the abstract and understand the problem and really understand that we have a solution and there is a better way, and this is the way we can do it. So hopefully we have all the people that come into the project can also align with that and share the vision and see that there is something much, much bigger at play.
Perfect. Thank you for that explanation. And guys, we are out of time, so we can't have any more questions, but I do appreciate all the participation. At this time, though, Unimoon, Dale, Carl, any last statements, final thoughts you would like to leave with the community? What do you say to the guy that's out there listening? He's not sure yet.
This is we're not focusing on specifically X, 2X, 3X, 5. We're not focused on the price. We're focused on actually developing. We're focused on really changing the game of cryptocurrency, redefining social media, creating a new exchange of value for human interaction, to really be able to allow humans to have a new way to have a placed value on their human interaction, right? To have a more efficient way to value human engagement. And we have the ability to do that. We're taking things that already exist, that's already been proven. Social networks have already been proven to work. Blockchain has already been proven to work. Smart contracts with Ethereum as a decentralized finance platform has been proven to work. We're just taking these things together and we're just making it so we can create a more efficient, more productive way to be able to use these applications that could offer a better solution than what is out there. And our focus is for social media, to decentralize social media. So we're incredibly focused on developing this new technology. Again, it's not like we're creating an airplane for the first time in like the 1900s. This is taking existing technologies and putting them together. And we're already under development. So we have a CerTIC audit that's already on the way. It's in progress. We're onboarding with CerTIC. So you guys can see that at certic.org/projects/Unimoon. And if you guys have any other doubts or questions, feel free to come into the room and ask me. I'm the creator and founder of Unimoon. I'm happy to answer any one of your questions.
All right, Dale, Carl, and the whole Unimoon team, thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure. Feel free to come back and share any exciting news or any updates about your project with us. Yeah, you're very welcome. To everybody out there listening, as always, we do not give financial advice here at the Shampoo Lounge. Make sure you do your own research. Feel free to go check out their website and the white paper like he was saying. Everything's in the chat. And until next time, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. Have a great day.
Thank you. We, by the way, we have a Yahoo Finance article that just got released. Maybe I can share that with your group too.
You absolutely can. Go ahead and no, I definitely didn't leave you.
There you are.
Yeah.
All right. Which one do I send it to? Rich Southwest?
That is correct.
All right. All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for having us. It was a pleasure. We hope to be back soon. And we're happy to.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done on the AMA. How can people get in touch with you regarding the whitelist or the pre-sale?